Welcome to the channel, guys. So, Birds of Prey, it's looking like there are some problems. It seems Warner Bros. In DC, you just cannot catch a break. Amazingly. So coincidentally, new report says that Warner Bros. Are not happy with Birds of Prey and they are looking to make some changes. So, what are we dealing with here? Well, interestingly enough, not too long ago, last week, in fact, we heard that Ewan McGregor's Black Mask would be gay in the film. That's apparently not what Warner Bros. Has the issue with here. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at the article. So this is a new report. Could spell bad news for Birds of Prey and DC Extended Universe. Like they haven't had bad news already. They just can't catch a break. They seem to be doing good things with the Joker, and then loads of people hate it because they think it's an allegory for Trump, and it's just all this nonsense that's going on. He's got the Trench happening, this weird horror spin-off for Aquaman. It says, according to We Got This Covered, Warner Bros. Execs are not exactly happy with the movie as it is and may interfere to make changes. Fear is they will have another Justice League situation on their hands where the theatrical cut differs from the director's. Can you imagine everyone going, release the... I don't even know who's directing this, actually. Release the Birds of Prey cut. Oh my god. They just can't catch a break. Now, I don't know... We've not heard much about this movie. We've had very little leaks. We had a weird kind of a teaser, but not a teaser, because it was more test footage than anything else. But from there, we've not really heard anything. And they just can't catch a break. So it's difficult to really say whether this is true or not, because of course there's nothing to indicate that it is. There's no indication that this is the case. Now it says, despite this, test audiences have responded positively overall, which is funny really, because test audiences are normally the go-to for studios changing projects. Notoriously, The Predator didn't respond overly well to test screenings, test audiences, so they changed a lot of that. They are reportedly most impressed with Ewan McGregor as the twisted and nefarious Black Mask. So his performance as a gay supervillain is perfect, which is fine, I guess. Ewan McGregor's a great actor, so I don't doubt his performance skills. Now it says, will Margot Robbie intervene on Birds of Prey cuts? Screen Rant editor Stephen M. Colbert also ran with a story. He hopes Margot Robbie will step in if the studio goes too far with cuts and reshoots. Now, there is some precedent for that. She is one of the executive producers, if I remember rightly. So, she can, but she might not have final say. So she could step in and voice her concerns, but she won't have final say, which I think people are misconstruing. So the Screen Rant journalist, tweeted this. So the audience test screening for Birds of Prey had people raving about it, and the internal Warner Bros. Test screening seemingly had the opposite effect. So basically all I needed to be reassured. Okay, so basically all that I needed to be reassured. Hopefully Robbie can keep their hands off of it. Interesting. As WGTC notes, so we got this covered, Robbie is a producer and heavily involved in the project, so executive producer of some sort. From the start, she's been working closely with director Kathy Yan and writer Christina Hodson. That could mean she has a final say. I doubt it, because who is Margot Robbie creatively? As an actor, she's a bit of a powerhouse, but creatively, who is she? She's a nobody. So unless she's put up a lot of her own money for this film, she is nothing with respect to final say. I highly doubt she has any final say at all. When Warner Bros. Notoriously intervened on Justice League, they hired Joss Whedon to conduct reshoots and change the story. Not strictly true. They had to finish the story. It's a bit of a misreport in there from Bounding into Comics. Around it so they could showcase Steppenwolf and cut down Cyborg's screen time. The DCEU was rebooted thereafter. That's, again, not strictly true that it's been rebooted. Characters are still in it from the current one, so not strictly true. Thanks to the chilly reception to Batman vs Superman, to an extent Suicide Squad, and to his own test screening for the Warner Brass, Zack Snyder was removed and his vision was chipped away at ever since. Well, I mean, his daughter committed suicide, so he had to leave, and then he was taken off. But he's still executive producer on a lot of stuff, so he hasn't been removed completely. But his vision is definitely being, chipped away, which is not necessarily a bad thing, just because, you can't have one sole vision. You can have one sole idea and concept, but one aesthetical vision is somewhat being grabbed by the balls. The fervid fan campaign for the release of Snyder Cut soon rose. So, is the DCEU doomed? In regards to Birds of Prey, one serious change has already been made. Now, Black Mask reportedly is gay, which is in contrast with the comics. But that's what people liked anyway. They've already said that people liked it. It says, if any more decrees are passed down from on high by executives, it's not unthinkable that the new DCEU could end before it really started. Let us know what you think. Blah, 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 blah. Look, it's not a new DCEU yet anyway. The thing is that we need to remember about this project is that we've not seen anything about it. It's interesting that this news comes out shortly after we learned that Black Mask would be gay in the film. I think that the timing of it is suspect, especially considering we know that people like his performance. So I'm not overly sure whether I believe any of this stuff, but it has a lot stacked against it anyway. They've race swapped a bunch of characters, whatever. They've orientation swapped a bunch of characters, whatever. But it didn't look good before that. It looked like trash. That teaser, or that test screen footage that we had, looked like garbage. The leaked images that came out from set when Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is like bopping down in a lowrider. It looks just corny, cheesy, bad, doesn't look good. Just from that, it didn't look good. So the fact that we're now getting these reports and everyone's going, oh, it doesn't look very good, they're not going to be happy with it. It didn't look good anyway. It looked like trash. So I will be keen to see how this progresses. They have good actors in it, so there's hope for it. But I don't know whether it's gonna do very well. So I thought I'd bring you this news just because I did the report on Black Mask, and there seems to be an interest in this, in the project as a whole. So what do you think about this? Is this something which you trust, you believe, or do you just completely negate all of this and just go, yeah, no, wait until I see something? For me, I'm going to wait until I see something really, an actual full trailer that to me indicates whether this is true or not. Because it didn't look good anyway. So these could be just reports that people are dropping out just to, minimise damage that the film's going to hit with. So anyway, I'll hand it on over to you. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Slight PSA though, guys. Yesterday's video, Brie Larson, oops, got demonetized, unfortunately. And whilst I'd uploaded that, I also mentioned in that video that I have a video coming out soon for Terminator Dark Fate, which proves the reshoots were legit, were real. Now, that's actually uploaded. It is sat demonetized currently. It's waiting for a review, so I can't release it yet because if anyone knows anything about YouTube, YouTube suppresses videos that they demonetize, so it won't get out there. And as I have evidence, exclusive evidence, which I show you in the video that the reshoots were true, I would like that video to get out there. So bear with me for a little bit because I need to wait for it to be reviewed. Hopefully I've emailed YouTube, but they're dog shit at replying anyway. So we'll have to just wait and see. But that video will be coming out very, very soon. If you like what I am doing here on the channel, please do hit subscribe. Please do hit that bell notification icon so you can stay up to date on everything. And if you don't already, you can follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. H Reviews. And you can support the channel with merchandise, which is linked at the bottom underneath my videos, as well as my Patreon page and my Amazon affiliate links. So anyway, that wraps it up here for me. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.